years, I used to come home from school. I was about 6 years old. And the younger kids, I would sit them down and I would teach them what I had learned, you know. So, and I was fortunate enough to be in a foster home where the woman was a very spiritual woman as well. She taught me so much. So, in all that I went through, there was always a gift in it that was given to me. And it was up to me to see that gift and utilize it, because we each get them. Whether we see them or not, or utilize them or not, is our responsibility.
Exactly. Lorraine, tell our listeners how they can get your book, so if they want to read it.
Oh, you can go on my website, which is www.coachinginspirations.com. And on the event page, you will see the book, and you can click on it and buy it, and you will be very happy you did.
A great Christmas gift.
Yes, it would be.
We just want to segue. We want to come back after the break at 1:30 and talk about the gifts that you've written about for Christmas, the non-material gifts. But we just have a topic that we were talking about before. Amy, tell us your theory on relationships. This would be interpersonal relationships.
It's actually from a younger perspective. Me not like having any experience in relationships because I'm so young. I've had somewhat of a majority, and relationships to me is like, if you really think about it, it's like having a puppy. You gotta always be there to take care of it, and you can't get rid of it. And when it gets older, you just get so tired of it, and you grow old because it's old. It's not a cute little puppy you want to play with anymore. You know?
Exactly. It's a good analogy.
It's exactly like that. You gotta tend to it 24/7.
So it goes to the dog, right?
Yeah, see, it goes straight to the dog. It's
great analogy. Isn't it a great analogy?
It was just...
So what do we look for in relationships that prevent us from... Or do we stay away from relationships if we're not ready?
I think if you have enough love and the other person has just as much love, I think a relationship can last for however long you make it last for. And that's just from my perspective, my point of view.
That's a great point of view, Amy.
Thank you.
You know, Amy has such great insight, and I just have to agree with her. I love the analogy about the puppy and growing older into a mature dog, and there's different stages that you reach where you say, this isn't going anywhere, what do we need to do? We need to refocus, we need to look at the situation again and see how we can make the best of it.
Exactly. You got to work on it. Nothing comes perfect or easy.
So, Dr. Lorraine Eady, tell us, what would you advise any of our listeners before they get into a relationship?
Well, you know, I'm thinking about what you said, Amy. And before you get your puppy, you know, you really need to ask yourself, are you ready to take the responsibility of
do that
puppy?
Every time I jump off the bridge, I think before I take that leap.
Yeah.
Every time.
So we need to ask ourselves, are we prepared? Because a puppy is a lot of work.
Exactly, a lot of responsibility.
Yeah.
You can't just back out.
And and every day you have to take it out and let it poop.
Exactly. Great point.
Yeah, so, you know, it's the same thing with relationships. I just love that analogy.
Yeah, I thought it was great, yeah.
Because that's what happens for us. You know, we get into these relationships. We ourselves are really not prepared.
Exactly.
And we don't even have a relationship with ourselves.
I know. You see?
Yeah.
If you don't even know yourself, how do you expect to know another person?
Exactly.
Well, you know, Dr. Lorraine, when I was drinking heavily, I didn't have a relationship with myself. How can you have a relationship with somebody that's drunk and anesthetized all the time?
Yeah, well, it was more with the bottle than
the bottle. That was my relationship. Yeah, that was my puppy.
Yeah, it's your marriage.
And so, you know, developing ourselves greatest potential that we can be, well, then going back to the law of attraction, who do you think you're going to attract?
Exactly.
You know?
Sick puppies, right?
Now, healthy, you know?
So, now tell us, Dr. Lorraine Eady, when you have these seminars, like you've had them before up in the northern part of Florida, at Amelia Island, up in that...
Right.
Yeah. What exactly, I've never been to one, and I know, I'm assuming that Amy and Kitty have not been. What basically does this type of thing consist of? A couple of days at a retreat,
Yes, we have a retreat once a year, and it's for women, and I'm going to start having retreats for couples as well. And the purpose of the retreat is really to help women to reconnect with themselves, to remember who they are, to really begin to develop that relationship with themselves that they would want with someone else, to take care of themselves in a way that they don't normally take care of ourselves. Because I think as women we're so socialized into taking care of other people.
Everybody else, the kids come for us, this comes for us, school comes for us.
Exactly.
You know, just to interject, I've asked some women, just as a curious question, what do they want for Christmas? And you know what the majority of women have told me? They have said time.
Yes.
Just a little bit of time by myself.
You know, and I just wrote a newsletter for December talking about that, so that's interesting.
Okay, and they can go to your website and look at this.
Yeah. So, and time. So when we have time to use it in a way that's productive, that we can nurture ourselves, we can care for ourselves, we can begin to value ourselves. So not just time that I don't want to do anything and, vegetate, and make it time that would be valuable, so that we as women then walk away feeling more empowered and feeling good about ourselves and feeling more ready to be in relationship.
Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'd like to hear your version of some gifts for Christmas.
Yes, thank you.
Stay tuned to WMEL 1300 AM, the award-winning Talk to Me station.
What you learn here and how you learn it will not only change your life, it will change the world around you. We're NSU's Fischler School of Education and Human Services. Our ideas, our approach, our programs, found nowhere else in the nation, inspire educators to inspire their students to move the world, cause and effect, online, on-site, or on campus. For more information or an open house near you, visit FischlerSchool.com. FischlerSchool.com.
These days, businesses in Brevard County have to be creative in their advertising budgets. Many businesses are feeling the pain as the cost of newsprint goes higher, along with other forms of media advertising. At WMEL Talk Radio, we're also a locally owned and operated company facing the same challenges as your business. But instead of selling commercials, we want to have you buy into the cost-effective, economical way to promote your business this holiday season. Together, we can weather these severe economic rough seas together in business. For more information on how to become involved in the nation's #1 radio format, Talk Radio, call us at WMEL at 631-1300,